Alright, well I just did take those beans out off of the cookie sheet and put them in this container. And I just wanted to point out something. What I like to do is smell what's in there because, I don't know, you can get a distinctive, maybe grading of not just how they look. That looks like a really decent roast. I'm going to smell it and make a comment there. So, okay, it smells awesome. Not too burnt, and there's still, what I can smell is kind of a distinctive, almost citrusy, depending on the bean, type of smell to it. And when that sits for a day or so, it really changes a little bit. It gets a little fuller, actually. I think the beans are releasing something, or not sure what the deal is about the sitting period, but it does something good. Alright, I'm going to actually do another 4 ounces. While I have all the stuff set up and whatever, I'm going to go ahead and do 2 batches. This 4 ounces will last me about, maybe 4 days. 3 or 4 days, depending on how much I drink here at home. So I'm going to make another 4 ounces so I have enough for the whole week. Christmas coming up in a week and a half, so I probably want to have a little bit more on hand than usual. I'm going to venture out and do it again. So let's just see how this works if I repeat the process. Same place, same porch, window still open, fan still going. I know how to do this. Zero it out. 3, 2, oh wait. Alright, that was a mistake. You gotta have the container on there before that. So we'll turn it off. Container on. Then start the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Now, whatever's measured, whatever's put on now is going to be the measured weight. And I will open up here and try to get 4 ounces out. 4 ounces just seem to be what works in that particular hot air popper. I've always used it and don't have a reason to not use it. So, alright, here we go with a pour. Let's see here, so pour it in. 3 3/4. 4, stop. And put the bag back over here. We'll use that next time. So there's that. Pretty easy. Just go ahead and pour it on down into the roaster. Got the timer about ready. Put the hood back on. Alright. Everything's ready. Plug her up. I wish I had an on-off switch for this thing, but I don't. This is just, you take what you can, you throw it together, and you still will have good coffee. I'm sure of that. I can tell you that. Now let me plug this up. There we go. Okay. Start the timer. Now I will say, I believe this will roast a little quicker because the hot air popper is already hot from the last time I did it, which was about 5 minutes ago. So I got a feeling the heat is going to be brought onto the beans a little quicker because it's not going to be wasting time and heat and energy and heating up the interior of the roaster with the hot air popper. We'll see. So you can see they kind of spin around in there. The beans are moving, the air is pushing them around. They'll stick out their holes pretty quick. The holes drop into that box again. That's I think I've never dumped this box out in probably a year. It does seem like it's starting to put some smoke out quicker than the last batch, which means I think that it's going to be a quicker roast. Kind of see it.
smoke part of the deal. Shake that around a little bit, make sure it's all evenly distributed. I see something dark in there. It might be a bean from the last roast. Interesting. Not sure what that's going to do to the whole process. We'll find out. What is that dark one? Alright. So it's been a couple minutes so far. No cracks yet. We're going to be listening for the first crack. I don't hear it. Smells good though. Just getting that nice roasted smell. One time I was doing this and my wife thought the house was on fire. She was outside, actually walking on the street, and smelled something that she thought for sure was a house on fire. So now she knows when she smells that it's probably me making some coffee beans on our little side room here, next to the deck, next to the patio. I'm not sure what the neighbors think. They've never said anything, so I'm not going to worry about it. So it's been about 3 minutes, and I just heard the first crack. So the first crack, about 3 minutes into this roast. You can hear it, a very distinctive crack. I hope you can hear that over the sound of the roaster itself, which is kind of noisy for sure. Coffee beans are about, I think, $7 a pound. When you buy them unroasted, they're half price, about $7 a pound. What's not to like about half price coffee beans? And a real inexpensive method for roasting them. You can see they're turning brown. So I hear the first crack of some of them. They all don't crack at the same time. I wish they would, but they don't. Alright, so we're into it. About 2 minutes left. That's a 5 full minutes into this roast. So now we start thinking about when to stop. The last one we went into the second crack. And I got a feeling that's going to happen sooner than it did last time. I see some smoke, and that smoke smells a little burning. So I'm going to go ahead and I think get ready to finish this one up. Here comes that second crack. Not nearly as loud or distinct. Maybe I'll let this one go a little further. See if it comes out with a darker look to the bean. I can see the smoke. Definitely going to be a bigger, heavier roast. It'll look a little darker. It's hard to tell for sure. The hot air popper is making a heck of a bunch of noise because it's old and hot. And a lot more smoke, so it's about time to turn this dude down and off. I'm going to go a little bit. I see they're getting darker, a little oily on the outside, so here we go. Let's turn this dude off. Alright, let's stop the roasting by, they're still roasting, so we got to get them into the cookie pan. Alright. They did stick in there. So that's a smoky little deal, which they're still roasting because they're hot. So I'm going to put them by the fan. And that is what we do that for, is to stop the roasting. I can tell they're definitely a little more oily, which is okay. And we'll let them cool off there for a little bit. Distribute the heat a little bit on the cookie sheet. Yep. Alright. I hear my timer. My faithful timer, which I don't use really, but just to kind of keep track of where we are. We'll leave him for next time. Essentially, I'll leave it all for next time. This is just the place I do it and leave it. Yeah, I could probably do a better job of cleaning up. And see some smoke left in the room. Latent smoke, so that's a little bit of an issue. To get that out, I'm going to just open up the door. Maybe put the fan on high. Then bring these into the kitchen and take a look at them. Do that again. Alright, now batch number 2 came out, and I can tell they're just a little oily, look very good, and I can smell them. Get a little handful up and smell that. It smells fine. So let's take a look, compare it to the previous roast. So those are, I don't know, a little bit darker compared to these. There's not really as much oil on the outside. A little lighter roast. And I often mix them together, but maybe we'll keep them separate so we can compare how they taste. Trying to add a little science to the process, at least being able to judge the impact of leaving the same bean in for just a little bit longer, if it has you know, a noticeable impact on the taste. So okay, we'll take that up in the next episode, I guess. For now, adios.